This is Miss Anna, and if you clicked on this video, I already know something about you. You have been nice. Genuinely, consistently, abundantly nice. You showed up. You were patient. You did not play games. You said what you meant, and you meant what you said. You treated her well from the beginning. And somewhere along the way, that stopped working. Actually, it never worked the way you thought it would. The nicer you were, the less she seemed to want you. The more you gave, the less she valued it. And you have been standing in that confusion long enough that part of you has started to wonder if there is something fundamentally wrong with you. If being a good man is somehow the disqualifying thing. It is not wrong with you. But something is wrong with the assumption you are operating from. And I am going to tell you exactly what it is. I want you to try something with me. Picture two men. The first man texts back immediately. He rearranges his schedule to see her. He tells her she is beautiful constantly. He never disagrees with her. He is available every time she reaches for him, without exception. He is, by every visible measure, devoted. Now picture the second man. He texts back when he gets to it. He has things in his life that matter to him, and he does not cancel them easily. He tells her she looks beautiful on a Tuesday for no reason, but he does not say it every day. He disagrees with her sometimes. He is warm when he is there, and genuinely occupied when he is not. You already know which one she wants. And if you are being honest with yourself, you already know why. The first man is not more loving. He is more available. And availability without selectivity is not attractive. It is a signal. And the signal it sends is not, I really want you. The signal it sends is, I do not have enough going on to make you work for any of this. And a woman's nervous system, whether she can articulate it or not, reads that signal immediately. This is not about games. This is about value. And value requires scarcity. I used to do this. I want to be specific. I had a man who was endlessly accommodating. Whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted it, however I needed it, arranged. He was present in a way that should have felt like love and instead felt like furniture. I did not plan to feel that way. I did not want to feel that way. But the feeling arrived anyway, and it was this. If he is always available, then I must not be losing anything by having him. And if I am not losing anything by having him, then what exactly am I holding on to? I started treating him carelessly, not out of cruelty, out of the specific kind of carelessness you develop toward things that cannot be taken from you. He confused my carelessness for not knowing what I wanted. He gave more. I cared less. That is not a coincidence. That is a mechanism. Here is the thing nobody will say directly. Women do not hate nice guys. They hate what niceness without backbone communicates. There is a version of nice that is genuine warmth, generosity, steadiness, care. That version is attractive. It is what women say they want, and it is actually what they want. And then there is a version of nice that is really just the management of her opinion of you. That version of nice is not generosity. It is anxiety wearing the costume of kindness. It is a man who is not being good to her because goodness is who he is. He is being good to her because he is terrified of what happens if he stops. And she can feel that difference even when she cannot name it. The first kind of nice comes from abundance. I have enough inside myself that I can give freely. The second kind comes from scarcity. I need you to approve of me, and the niceness is how I keep that approval coming. One feels like being with a man. The other feels like being responsible for one. And a woman does not want to be responsible for the emotional survival of the man she is with. She wants to be chosen by a man who could be fine without her, but prefers to be with her. That distinction is everything. Picture the man who agrees with everything she says, who has no opinions that might inconvenience her, who shapes himself around her preferences like water taking the shape of whatever container it is poured into. Now picture sitting across from that man at dinner 10 years from now. What is the conversation? Who is he when you remove her reflection from his eyes? What does he want that has nothing to do with her? If the answer is nothing, then she is not in a relationship. She is in a mirror, and a mirror is not a partner. A mirror is just a surface. A man with no edges gives a woman nothing to hold on to, and a woman with nothing to hold on to will not hold on. I want to say something to the men watching this who have been told their whole lives that being nice is the answer. You were not lied to exactly. You were given half the truth. Being good is the answer. Genuinely good. Grounded, warm, present, honest, capable of care that does not require reciprocal approval to survive. That man is attractive. That man is rare. That man is what every woman who has ever been asked what she actually wants describes when she is being honest. But goodness without self-respect is not goodness. It is a performance, and performances get exhausting to watch, and eventually exhausting to be around. The nice guy who cannot be disagreed with, who has no life that does not center her, who texts again when she has not responded, who apologizes for things that did not require an apology, who absorbs bad treatment because rocking the boat feels more dangerous than sinking slowly. That man is not being kind. He is being afraid. And fear dressed as kindness fools no one for long, especially not a woman who was hoping, underneath everything, to find someone she could actually lean on. Because here is the quiet part. The part women say to each other and almost never say to men. We do not want to be the strongest person in the relationship. We will be if we have to. We have been trained to be. But we do not want to be. We want to feel like there is someone next to us who can handle things, who does not need managing, who will push back when we are wrong, not to win, but because he respects us enough to be honest. A man who agrees with everything is a man who has decided his peace is more important than our growth. And we feel that abandonment, even when it looks like accommodation. The brutal reason women lose attraction for nice guys is not that the kindness is wrong. It is that the kindness was built on the wrong foundation, built on her approval instead of his own sense of who he is. And a foundation built on someone else's approval shifts every time they shift. There is no stability in it. And without stability, there is no attraction. And without attraction, there is only a very pleasant arrangement that eventually suffocates both people. To the man watching this, stop being nice to her. Start being good. The difference is the foundation. Nice is what you perform for her reaction. Good is who you are when no one is watching. Be that man, with edges, with opinions, with a life that matters to you, independently of whether she approves of it. Be warm. Be generous. Be genuinely kind. But do it from a place that does not require her to validate it to feel real. That man does not need to chase. That man does not need to manage her opinion of him. That man is simply himself, clearly and consistently, and the women who are worth having recognize it immediately. You were not born to be furniture in someone else's life. You were born to be a man who takes up space, has things that matter to him, and chooses a partner who is glad he did. Be that. Starting today. Drop your story in the comments. I am not asking for engagement. I am asking because I actually want to know where you are, what this stirred in you, what you are still sitting with. And if this reached something real, subscribe. Not for the algorithm, because this channel exists for one reason only: to tell you the truth about love with enough honesty to actually change something. I am Miss Anna. Eyes open, heart ready. I will see you in the next one.